Hello and welcome to the CSI demonstration video for TCP/IP VSE and the Firewall Shield optional feature. We will be using TCP/IP VSE release level 2.2.9 on a ZVSE 6.2 system. This feature enables added security to protect your VSE systems. The Firewall Shield feature enables sites to set up whitelists of authorized IP addresses that will be allowed to access their VSE systems. The Firewall Shield controls access in three ways. First, it will allow us to limit access to only IP addresses within an allowed IP address range. Second, for these authorized IP addresses, it can block ping attempts so that those connections remain invisible to the internet. Third, the Firewall Shield will allow us to control which ports on the VSE host can be accessed by the allowed IP addresses. The firewall's initial configuration is set up by creating a phase that will be accessible to the TCP/IP VSE stack. Let's look at a job that will be used to create this phase. This job assembles and link edits a phase called FireDemo. This job creates the phase that will contain the list of allowed IP addresses and port numbers. The firewall allow parameter indicates the beginning and ending IP addresses in the range of allowed IP addresses. We can also specify the TCP and UDP port numbers that we will allow access to. We can specify a group of port numbers, or all port numbers, or equal to none, which indicates that no VSE port numbers will be accessible to this range of IP addresses. We can also restrict and grant access to ping requests with the ICMP equals parameter. Here is an example of a group that specifies the allowed port numbers. Note that you must specify individual port numbers, and you cannot specify a range of port numbers. The firewall phase may be activated at TCP/IP startup time, and we recommend doing so as to avoid unwanted security exposures. When testing, it is recommended that you start the firewall in warn mode. To do so, on the exec IPnet statement to start TCP/IP, you will specify the parameter called firewarn, and you set it equal to the phase name of your Firewall Shield phase. When you are done testing, then you can activate the firewall in fail mode. And to do so, you will specify the firewall equal parameter and set it to your Firewall Shield phase name. The firewall command is used to control and monitor the Firewall Shield. You can use it to turn the firewall on or off, or load a new updated Firewall Shield phase with new constraints. You can also use it to toggle between warn and fail mode, turn messages and debugging on, and report on allowed or blocked access requests. Here are some examples of the firewall command. Note that you may only specify one parameter at a time on this command. Now let's review the VSE console for successful and denied access messages. The Firewall Shield may produce messages such as IPI 221I that it allowed access to an IP address in our range of allowed IP addresses. You may also see messages such as IPI 209I and IPI 214I that the firewall blocked IP addresses from accessing our VSE system. This command produced a summary report of requests that were blocked. The Firewall Shield also contains a query command called query firewall, and this will display the current firewall settings being enforced. This concludes the demonstration video for using the TCP/IP VSE Firewall Shield feature. If you have further questions on this topic, please review the TCP/IP VSE Optional Features Guide or contact us at CSI International. Thank you.